Hi everybody, Ray again. A couple of weeks ago, I showed a video of how I made these alpha spinners for a client. If you're curious about that, there'll be a link in the description of this video. That video generated a lot of questions, and one in particular got my attention. Dan the Maker Man asked me, can you make Batman symbol shaped spinners? Well, the answer is, of course I can. There you have it. Batman shaped spinners. I made 3 different ones with 2 different shapes. One solid, one hollow. I like the hollow one best. They are nice little spinners. And of course, the only ones in the shape of the new Batman symbol. And I made them all out of this. A piece of 954 aluminum bronze. In this video, I'm going to show you how I did it. Here are the Batman spinners. But I wanted to show you this before I put the caps on. This part right here, you can see how deep this bearing sits. It sits way down in there. This is about 580 thousandths, which is just over 9/16 of an inch thick. It is quite heavy. I made another version of this with the spaces here, and honestly, this feels about twice the weight of this. I personally like the one with the spaces. I think it's nicer. And you can see how it spins, and you see how it's pulling my hand back and forth. The reason, of course, is that this is an unbalanced design. It's not really perfect for a spinner. However, I think it's quite cool. I think it's interesting to have this. You know, whenever I pull this out of my pocket, somebody's going to ask me questions. So there's that version, and there's this version. This version is a lot heavier, and you can see the way it pulls my hand. It is much more unbalanced, and they are quite heavy. But I think they're interesting regardless of being balanced or not. I think they're interesting nonetheless. There was quite a challenge in making sure there was enough clearance. You can see the tip of the wing to my hand. It was pretty close. So this is about as big as you can make it and still swing it between your fingers. You can see the machine finishes on the surfaces that were machined, and then the water jet cut edges I left alone. So you've got machined and water jet, and I think it's a nice contrast between shiny and satin. So I'm going to leave them that way. There's no real reason to make that any smoother. You saw me taking the Dremel, cleaning up these corners, so there's no sharp corners. Everything is nice and smooth. But he suggested I make this, so I said, let's give it a try. And I'm actually surprised that it was even possible. Obviously not balanced, but as Dan points out, form in this case trumps function. And I'm going to have to agree with him. That is pretty nice. You pull this out of your pocket, people are going to ask questions. They're going to be very curious. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching how I made these little Batman spinners. They are quite different in the world of spinners because they are not symmetrical. That's right. If you see, they're not terribly balanced. But you know what? It's okay. I think it's okay because they're different. They're different from all the other spinners. They are not perfectly balanced. They're asymmetrical. And of course, they're in the Batman symbol. Now, I'd like to thank Dan the Maker Man for the idea of making this. It was a casual suggestion and I took off with it. I'll put a link to his channel in the description of this video, so please do check him out. While you're here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all my future videos. Thanks again.